For thousands of years, armies required only a few essential supplies: weapons, ammunition, food, and clothing. But today's armies run on electricity, and all of those sophisticated devices, sensors, computers, drones, and so on need juice. Add in the emergence of battlefield lasers and other directed energy weapons, as well as electric combat vehicles. The U.S. Army plans to field fully electric tactical vehicles by 2050, and it becomes clear that the armies of the future will consume ferocious amounts of power. That's especially problematic for the U.S. military, which frequently dispatches forces around the world, placing a premium on mobile power stations that units can bring with them, no matter how remote the location. Complicating the picture is the fact that the U.S. military is already the biggest institutional emitter of greenhouse gases that cause climate change, as well as the largest institutional user of fossil fuels, according to some researchers. In 2020, the military consumed nearly 78 million barrels of fuel to power ships, aircraft, combat vehicles, and contingency bases with a total cost of $9.2 billion, according to the Department of Defense's 2020 Operational Energy Annual Report. It's not just that the U.S. Army has a climate plan that calls for net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Fossil fuels are also bulky, volatile, and difficult to transport, so finding a portable energy source that doesn't run on oil would make logistics far easier. One solution is nuclear power. In the 1950s, the Army considered developing a nuclear-powered tank. Given the technology at the time, it would have been a safety and maintenance nightmare. But the Pentagon believes that today's reactors are feasible as mobile power stations. In 2022, the Department of Defense announced Project Pele, an attempt to develop a mobile microreactor. Pele would be one of an emerging generation of fourth-generation reactors, which are designed to be safe and generate lower amounts of radioactive waste. They also tend to be breeder reactors, which create more fuel than they consume, but not in a form that can be used for nuclear weapons. Project Pele is still in the early stages of development, but it has the potential to revolutionize military power. With a mobile nuclear reactor, soldiers could operate in remote areas for extended periods of time without having to worry about running out of power. They could also use the reactors to generate electricity for battlefield lasers and other directed energy weapons, giving them a significant advantage over their adversaries. Of course, there are also risks associated with nuclear power. If a mobile reactor were to be damaged or destroyed, it could release radiation into the environment. And the proliferation of nuclear technology could pose a security threat. But the Department of Defense believes that the benefits of mobile nuclear reactors outweigh the risks. If Project Pele is successful, it could help the U.S. military maintain its technological edge and deter aggression from its adversaries. In addition to Project Pele, the Department of Defense is also exploring other ways to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels. These include developing new renewable energy technologies, such as solar and wind power, and improving the efficiency of its vehicles and equipment. The Department of Defense efforts to reduce its environmental impact are not just good for the planet, they are also good for the military. By reducing its reliance on fossil fuels, the Department of Defense can save money and improve its readiness. Thanks for watching. If you like our video, please hit the like and subscribe button.